state government to establish direct ferry services between Cameroon and Nigeria through Oron waterways. Immediate past governor of the state, Senator Godswill Akpabio, promises to attract more federal presence. Plus, 13th edition of NLC Rent Go program underway in Uyo. Details of these and other stories in just a moment. Good morning and welcome to KBC 45 News at dawn. And the state government has concluded arrangements to establish a direct ferry service between the Republic of Cameroon and Nigeria through the Oron local government waterways. Governor Domi Manuel announced this at Yaoundé, the Cameroon capital, during his interaction with indigents of the state residents in Cameroon. The decision followed reported cases of mishaps and the attendant casualties on the high sea occasioned by the use of small boats to ferry goods as well as people in the high sea. The state said that he will direct the Commissioner for Transport, Mr. Godwin Dure, to work out modalities for the introduction of appropriate vessel for the water transportation. He used the occasion to commend indigents of Akwa Ibom State residing in the French-speaking country for the harmonious coexistence with their host community and urged them to sustain their relationship. The governor briefed the residents on the developmental programs of his administration to include setting up committees on foreign direct investment, DSI, Ibaka Deep Sea Port, agriculture and food sufficiency, as well as the automobile assembling plants. He added that more industries will be established to boost the state economy and create employment, and called on the Akwa Ibom people to explore ways of attracting investment to the state for sustainable development. Earlier, the leader of Akwa Ibom community in Cameroon, Mr. Andre Sien, expressed appreciation to the governor for the visit and planned a program to move the state forward. He particularly lauded the governor for the giant strides so far taken to reduce poverty and boost the economy of the state, and assured the governor of their preparedness to partner with the administration in its development efforts. The contributions of labor leaders in raising the bar to corporate performance in the country have been acknowledged by the state government. The state governor, Mr. Domi Manuel, the leaders of Nigeria Labour Congress who were in the state for this year's RENSCO conference. Governor Domi Manuel, represented by his deputy, Mr. Moses Epo, appealed to the labor leaders to brainstorm on the challenges faced by the country and come out with solutions that will positively change the fortunes of the country, especially as it concerns workers.
Have collectively and individually contributed immensely in raising the bar of our corporate performance as a nation, and I'm totally convinced that history and posterity will also be carried into account. Almost every development effort and success of almost all administrations depend largely on the timely advocacy and positive pressures exerted by the organized labor community. I'm highly elated to know that this program has trained several thousands of Nigerian workers so far, and has thus earned for itself the appellation of the flagship of NLC's educational services.
The President of Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, Comrade Ayuba Waba, thanked the state for hosting the school in the past years and promised that during the one-week training, the labor leaders will discuss on how to promote diligence at work and industrial harmony among employers and employees.
The Akwa and people have has been a benefit to Nigerians, and we thought that this should be well appreciated and recognized because it has been beneficial to all of us. This race would have been a training ground for our rank and file, where issues of the economy, issues of the polity, and issues of core industrial relation are actually taught to our workers.
The immediate governor of Akwa Ibom State, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has promised to attract a federal government presence to the state. He stated this at the VIP lodge of the government house. Ebuka Okafor brings us details.
I look forward to ensure that we can bring consistent other facilities, or even if we can attract government presence in Akwa Ibom State using this position. That I can assure you. Yeah.
To bring about the most needed change in their party structure.
And with my position as the minority leader, I will attempt to put my colleagues together, first from the National Assembly, and thereafter I will collaborate with the National Working Committee of the party to see how we can bring about reforms and we position the party for the future scenario.
Senator Akpabio appealed to the people of the state
what I may call is a deep-rooted administrator. He has the proficiency, he has the experience, he has depth of knowledge. I want some of his more to be patient, because I know I have in the person of His Excellency Emmanuel as Governor of Akwa Ibom State.
The governor was among dignitaries who worshipped at the Holy Spirit Catholic Church in Tuku in Abak local government area. It was a celebration of the 80th birthday of Sir Dominic Achibong and the appointment of his wife, Lady Esther Achibong, as a life member of the Catholic Women Organization in Ikot-Ekpene Diocese. Patience John has more.
Ekpo joined other guests, family members, friends, and the church to thank God for the life of Sir Dominic Achibong and for keeping him in good health. The Reverend Father Patrick Akpabio told the congregation to thank God whenever they enjoy blessings of God. He reminded Christians to recognize Jesus Christ as the breath of life who will give them eternal life when they die.
A comedy song and then friendly, we have come with them to say thank you, Jesus. Good whoever more.
The Bishop of Catholic Church in Ikot-Ekpene Diocese, the Reverend Camillus Umor, during the Thanksgiving Mass, admonished the congregation to be content where God places them in life. He said the church is happy to identify with Sir Achibong, who has over the years worked faithfully in the Lord's vineyard in many capacities, and prayed God to keep him.
That is when it is meaningful. And I don't want to satisfy the Lord with that. So contentment.
In their testimonies, Sir and Lady Dominic Achibong said he's celebrating his 80th birthday is a gift from God. He thanked the Catholic Diocese of Ikot-Ekpene for honoring his wife as a life member of the Catholic Women Organization and donated a marble pulpit to the church.
29th of July, okay, I'm up my 80 years on earth. Nkawale aranzaba sera ankami. Sia anya kuni riana kemmemi. Ino into ikama. Nkerekembo. Ambalu ngum ni bom from.
Baba basimpile. Dade kwede me. Awu ipin na. Ane pe no era rako edem gwem ami pinyereke ade nya ba se na obo kamfon. Enu ndeke goro e no that post the life member. Ami ngiri o make e geten na kama ba o kwani no kwada.
Prayers were offered for the celebrators for both blessings and long life. Patience John reporting.
We'll take a short break now. When we come back, more news. Do stay with us. So good to have you back. The Commissioner for Transport, Prince Godwin Tude, has described as unacceptable the sudden re-emergence of illegal motor parks at Accra Road besides UBA, flyover by Calabar to highways, flyover by Korepene Road and Uraipa by Calabar to highway. Prince Ntude in an interview enumerated the dangers posed by such activities in the state and warned that government will no longer fold its arms and watch as some people float down directives with impunity and causing traffic jam locked at the public highway. The Commissioner advised those behind the act to return to the approved motor parks in the state capital or be ready to face the wrath of the law. The edition of the Rain School program of the Nigeria Labour Congress is going on at the Worker Solidarity Center at Anafort Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State capital. The week-long program has as its theme the labor movement and politics of change in Nigeria. The program was declared open by the state governor, Mr. Dumania, represented by his deputy, Mr. Moses Ekbo. Elijah Eden covered the story.
Attended by representatives of International Labour Organization, American Center for International Labour Solidarity, labor unions from South Africa, Kenya and Ghana, as well as labor leaders from the 36 states of the country, including Abuja. In his goodwill message, the West African Program Director of American Center for International Labour Solidarity, Mr. Christopher Johnson, represented by Ralph Cabin, noted that the NLC has brought about better society for workers and commended the labor leaders for their contributions to national burning issues. He promised that American Center for International Solidarity would continue to work with the Nigerian Labour Congress and expressed the hope that the outcome of the Rain School will improve trade unionism in Nigeria.
The Solidarity Center is proud to identify with the NLC in all its struggles to bring about a better society, especially for the working people. We are aware of the positive steps the leadership of NLC have taken in the recent time to engage the National Assembly on burning issues that directly affect the working people.
Also, the representative of Kenya Central Organization of Trade Unions, Mr. Benson Okwaro, described the theme of the program as apt. He noted that the Nigerian Labour Congress is like any other trade union in the world and has contributed to national development.
I want to impress upon the NLC to work closely with the government so that we would be able to put in place the labor laws, nice labor laws that will protect the workers of Nigeria, and along with work with the partners like ALC, like FES, we should be able to help you out.
In his goodwill message, the International Labour Organization congratulated NLC for establishing the RAIN School, which it noted is aimed at capacity building for labor leaders to improve the welfare of members. The International Labour Organization said it will continue to strengthen trade unions to become representatives, independent and democratic, to enable them play effective role in protecting workers' rights and interests.
We urge labor unions in Nigeria to unite and work together for positive change. This change must start from within labor unions itself.
The Athletics Federation of Nigeria, AFN, has named 23 athletes for the 2015 World Championship holding in Beijing, China from 22nd August to 30th this year. The athletes will be led to China by Africa's fastest woman, Blessing Okagbere. Okagbere has been listed to feature in 100 meters, 200 meters, and 4x100 meters relay events. Other athletes expected at the World event, according to the Technical Director, Athletics Federation of Nigeria, Omoshaye Nesiama, Gloria Sumu, Stephanie Kalu, Deborah Adeyemi, Cecilia Francis, and Ngozi Oumere, who will compete for 4x100 meters events. For the 400 meters and 4x100 meters, Patience Okun, Regina George, Tosin Aloyi, Margaret Etum, Funke Aladoye, and Ruth Osai has been penciled down. The 5 male athletes listed for the events are Oguguni Aguaro and 400 meters, Peter Tega, 200 meters, Tyrone Akins, and 100 meters hurdles, Miles Okoama. For 400 meters hurdles and former Commonwealth Games triple jump championship, Tosin Oke. President Muhammadu Buhari has appointed Dr. Ibe Ikechukwu as the Group Managing Director of the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. Dr. Kachukwu, before his appointment, was the Executive Vice Chairman and General Counsel of ExxonMobil Africa. He takes over from Dr. Joseph Tama Dawa. President Buhari has also approved the appointment of Professor Umaru Dambata as the new Executive Vice Chairman and Chief Executive of the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC. President Muhammadu Buhari has acknowledged the support of the international community in identifying banks in which the student crude oil funds have been deposited. The embargo that stopped the United States from assisting Nigeria with military arms will soon be lifted. In the United States, Republicans have continued to slam President Barack Obama's claim That's our package this morning, but just before we go another look at the major stories. The state government is to establish a direct ferry between the Republic of Cameroon and Nigeria through Oron waterways. Governor Dumi Manuel announced this at Yaoundé, the Cameroon capital, during his interaction with indigents of the state resident in Cameroon. We also brought you a report that the immediate past governor of the state, Senator Godswill Akpabio, has promised to attract more federal government presence to the state. That's the package this morning. Thank you for spending your time with us. I wish you a pleasant good morning.